If you need to collect sensitive information, such as social security numbers, driver's licenses, or passports, RunSignUp offers the ability to store this information using 4096-bit RSA encryption. This means that RunSignUp will allow you to generate a private key for your race, and this will be the only key that will unlock the stored data. It is very important to note that this means that no one else will be able to decrypt your stored data. This no one else includes the administrators of the database at RunSignUp. So if you ever lose the key, then the data cannot be decrypted, and it will be lost forever. If you would like to use this feature, then please contact us at info@runsignup.com and let us know what you would like to use this feature for. Once we email you back to let you know that the feature has been enabled, then you can begin setting up this feature for your race. To easily jump to this feature's dashboard setup page, simply begin typing data into the search bar of the dashboard, and after you have typed in at least 3 letters, search results will begin to show below the box. Select Sensitive Data Collection from those listed below, and you will be brought directly to this feature's setup page. You can also find this feature manually by going to the Race tab, clicking on Registration, and opening up the section for Sensitive Data Collection. This tutorial will cover setting up sensitive data collection, viewing sensitive data, and resetting your private key. Setting up sensitive data collection. Once on the sensitive information collection page, it is important that you read everything that is written here. As mentioned previously, in order to store sensitive information, RunSignUp will need to generate a private key for you. Once this key has been generated, then you must keep this key safe and protected. If you happen to lose this key, then all of the sensitive data that was collected can no longer be decrypted, and you will end up losing all of that data. So it is very important that you do not lose your private key. With this in mind, click on the button for Generate Private Key. You will then receive a pop-up box that lets you know that the private key should be generated by the person who should have access to the sensitive data, and that it should not be shared with anyone except those that require access to the data. If you are the main person who should have access to the sensitive data, then click on the button for Generate Key. The step that you are on now is very important for the setup of this feature. Make sure that you copy the entirety of the text that is found in this pop-up box and save it in a secure spot. It is important to note that you will not be able to download this again after closing this pop-up, so make sure that everything is copied and saved before closing this box. In addition to copying and pasting this information, you also have the option to click on the button for Download Private Key, and this will download the private key as a text file. It is highly recommended that you save this private key by clicking on the button for Download Private Key. Once you are sure that you have this key saved in its entirety, then you can close this pop-up box, and the fields for sensitive data collection will be opened up for you. Sensitive data collection can be set up event by event. For each of your events, you can use the checkboxes to decide which information you would like to collect. This could be social security number, driver's license, and/or passport. You can collect any variation of this information that you would like, and once you have all of the fields customized to suit your race's needs, then click on Save Settings, and a confirmation message will let you know that the changes have been saved. After receiving this confirmation, you can click on View Race, test out the sign-up process, and you will see that the sensitive data collection fields are now included during registration. Viewing sensitive data. In order to view the sensitive data that has been collected for your race, simply return to the race dashboard, open up Race, Registration, and Sensitive Data Collection, and then click on the button for Download Participant Data. In the pop-up box for Download Data, enter in your private key, which you saved during the original setup of your sensitive information collection. Once the key is entered in exactly as it was given to you, then you can click on Download Data, and your sensitive data will be downloaded as a CSV file. Please note that if your private key is entered in incorrectly in any way, then you will not be able to download this data. RunSignUp will not be able to access your private key or your sensitive data, so if you do not remember what your private key is, then you will need to reset your private key, as will be explained in the following section. Resetting your private key. If you ever forget your private key, or need to reset it for another reason, then you do have the option to remove all of the collected data by resetting the private key. You can do this by clicking on the link that is shown here. You will be asked to indicate that you want to delete all sensitive participant data and reset the private key for this race by clicking on the corresponding checkbox. It is very important to note that this does mean that you will be deleting all of the sensitive data that you collected for your participants so far. If you are ready to erase all of this sensitive data information, then you can click on Reset Data. After resetting, you can always set up a new key by following the steps in the first section of this tutorial. A written instruction manual is also available for this topic and can be viewed in the How To section of RunSignUp.